David, time is advancing here, so I would try to sort of cram in the last 3 or 4 questions here within the next 10 minutes or so. So let me ask you a little bit of a different question. I recently read a trilogy, science fiction trilogy called the WWW series, Wake, Watch and Wonder, written by a Canadian science fiction writer called Robert J. Sawyer, who is also the writer behind the Flash Forward TV series. And in this trilogy, he is exploring the potential of an emergence of a virtual artificial intelligence over the internet. The argument goes along the lines that all those nodes between the Internet of Things or our computers or whatever it may be are currently approaching, if they have not already surpassed it, the number of neural nodes that we have in our brains. And the idea goes that after it reaches a certain point of saturation, perhaps there will be a new intelligence emerging on the Internet. What do you think of that as a possibility? What's your take on it as an expert on the Internet of Things? How likely or unlikely is this?
I actually gave a talk at the Artificial General Intelligence Conference of 2010 in Lugano, Switzerland, which was entitled Symbiotic AGI, Is One Planet Enough? Where what I said was very similar to this concept of our emerging self-aware systems that we would endow with all the thinking qualities, projecting them into it that we also feel we possess, would not be necessarily in a single computer in the basement, but would be expressed by a very large structure. And this also stems from the view, which is very well expressed by Eliezer Yudkowsky in his presentations, that once we have more than one type of intelligence, as we know today, only one, we won't stop at 2. We will have thousands and millions and billions of different types of intelligences. Mm-hmm. So we might have AI in a box in the basement, but we will certainly have other types, and one of these types could be living in a vast network of the Internet of Things. Mm-hmm. However, it is going to be very different from what we are. Yeah. One of the reasons is in the laws of physics. Our brain can create a coherent self-image because it is small. Mm-hmm. And whether chemical or electric signals are traveling in its various parts, they don't take too long to synchronize the different parts. Mm-hmm. Already we have to play a little bit of games with ourselves, censoring some of our perceptions to pretend that everything is occurring at the same time and we are seeing and we are thinking and we are acting coherently, which is not at all true. We are just fooling ourselves. However, if a single identity were to be on a scale of an entire continent or an entire planet, or even extending, I don't know, to low Earth orbit or geostationary orbit or to the moon, why not? Then it would have to be radically different, because even at light speed, it couldn't create quickly enough a coherent self-image. Mm-hmm. So it would naturally break down into complementary thinking subunits, and would then, if those subunits wouldn't be intelligent enough on their own, it would have to find its way of thinking about itself, which would be very different from the way that we think about ourselves and our identity today.
Mm-hmm. So you have such a broad knowledge about so many fields, and you're sort of cutting across through so many disciplines. So let me ask you, in your own words, who is David Orban? Are you an entrepreneur, a futurist, a singularitarian, a technology enthusiast, a scientist, a teacher?
Sure. Well, I am a curious, evolving being that is striving to keep the right balance between being immodest, which I think is an important quality that everybody should have, which tells you you can try. It doesn't guarantee that you can succeed, that you will succeed, but you tell yourself you can try. You shouldn't refrain from trying. And on the other hand, keeping the balance in being humble. Because when you are unhumble, what you are telling yourself that you are the only one. Everybody else is either incapable or not up to the task, and you are the only one. So I am trying to keep the right balance between these two. The tragedy is when, and I feel lucky not to be in that category, because it is really something that is hardly constructive, more likely to be destructive. The tragedy that there are people who are right to be unhumble, who are really the only ones who can achieve something, who can do something. And those are incredibly powerful individuals who live very unique lives, and I don't envy their challenges. So I am quite happy with the continued tension and the challenges of my currently normal and human life, and I am just enjoying it a lot.
Excellent. So where can our viewers find more information about you and your work?
As of this recording, in November 2011, the most popular search engine is called Google. So my recommendation is, if you are watching this and you are still close to the date of the recording, to put David space Orban in Google, and you will find a lot of things. And unfortunately for the several other people who are called with the same identifier, I basically conquered the space, so they don't show up, or very, very hardly show up. If you are watching this in what we would call the year 3000 or 3 million or 3 billion, then we used to say your mileage may vary, and this wouldn't be helpful to you because you wouldn't have an idea what this saying actually means. So don't worry, just have a laugh, and probably you don't even very much care, but I still think that you had fun watching this recording from whatever incredible future you are living today.
I know I enjoyed this immensely, so the last question that I have to you is, do you have a single message, both either for us today or for those who would watch this in the year 3 million, as you said, that you would like them to take away from this interview today?
Curiosity, I think, is just great. It is playfulness. It is questioning your own positions, your assumptions. That is where my motto starts from. So yes, my message remains as we started. Keep asking questions. Look for interesting questions. Sort them. And find the ones that inspire you the most. And those will be the seeds of incredible paths of exploration and knowledge that you will be able and go through.
David Orban, thank you very much for being on Singularity One-on-One today.
Thank you.